Hi, and welcome back. I'm Sofia. Today's topic is one that I know is going to touch a nerve for so many of you. Because this one doesn't just live in your relationship. It sits at your dinner table, walks through your front door uninvited, and sometimes it sleeps in the room right next to yours. Today we are talking about mothers-in-law, and more specifically, what happens when the woman your husband grew up loving becomes the biggest challenge in the life you're trying to build together. I want to say something clearly before we begin. This is not about hating mothers-in-law. Most of them love their sons deeply and genuinely. But love, even the most well-intentioned love, can overstep. And when it does, and your husband doesn't know how to handle it, you are the one left standing alone in your own marriage, wondering what went wrong. Reading through today's messages, I noticed the same feeling running through almost every single one. Not anger, not even frustration. Just a quiet, exhausted sadness. The feeling of being invisible inside your own home. The feeling of trying so hard to build something beautiful with someone and constantly finding a third presence in the middle of it. Today, I'm reading 5 of those messages, and I want you to know, whether you are currently living this or have lived it in the past, you are not alone, and you are not crazy. Let's get into it. Now let's read Sarah's message. Sarah is 31 years old, writing to us from London. Sofia, my mother-in-law calls my husband at least 5 times a day. She even calls during our dinners, and he always picks up. I feel invisible in my own home. Am I overreacting? Sarah, you are not overreacting, not even slightly. 5 calls a day, including during dinner, is a pattern. And the fact that your husband picks up every single time tells you something important. He has never chosen to create a boundary between his life with his mother and his life with you. Dinner is one of the few moments in a day where 2 people sit down and just exist together. That moment is sacred in a marriage. And every time that phone rings and he answers it, what he is communicating, even without realizing it, is she comes first. The conversation you need to have is not about his mother. It's about boundaries. Dinner time is your time. His mother can leave a message and he can call her back after. That is not asking too much. That is asking for the bare minimum of being prioritized by your own husband. You are not invisible, Sarah, but you need to say that out loud, to him. And if he dismisses how you feel, then the conversation needs to go deeper than just the phone calls. Because a husband who cannot see that you feel invisible has stopped truly looking at you. And that is worth addressing before it becomes something harder to fix. Now let's read Maria's message. Maria is 34, writing to us from Sydney, Australia. My husband's mother shows up at our house without calling first. When I told my husband it bothers me, he said I should be grateful she loves us so much. I feel like I don't know how to handle this anymore. Maria, I want to address what your husband said first, because that response concerns me more than the unannounced visits themselves. When you expressed a completely valid feeling and his response was to reframe it as your lack of gratitude, that is a dismissal. What you heard was, your feelings matter less than keeping my mother happy. Your home is your sanctuary, the one place where you should feel completely in control of your own space. Here is what I would suggest. Don't make this a conversation about his mother. Make it about your home.
Say to him, I love that your mother loves us. I also need our home to feel like our space. Can we agree on a quick call before visits? That is a reasonable, loving request. If he still responds by telling you to be grateful, then the real conversation is about how he handles your needs as his wife. And that conversation is long overdue. Now let's read Ashley's message. Ashley is 29, from Dallas, Texas. My mother-in-law criticizes everything I do, my cooking, my cleaning, how I raise our kids. My husband never defends me. He just says, that's how she is. Sofia, how long am I supposed to accept this? Ashley, The answer to your question is simple.
Not one day longer than you already have. That's how she is not an explanation. It is an excuse. And every time your husband uses it, what he is really saying is, I would rather you absorb this pain than I have an uncomfortable conversation with my mother. That is not partnership. You are raising his children. You are running his home. You deserve to do both with dignity, without being criticized by someone whose opinion you never asked for. Tell him this, not as a threat, but as a truth. When you don't defend me, I feel alone in this marriage, and I need you to stand beside me. He needs to understand what is actually at stake, because right now, it sounds like he doesn't. Now let's read Nicole's message. Nicole is 33, writing to us from Toronto, Canada. We have a baby, and my mother-in-law constantly undermines my parenting. She overrules my decisions in front of my child, and my husband lets her. I feel like I'm losing authority in my own family. Nicole. This one is different, because this is not just about you anymore. This is about your child. When a grandmother overrules a mother's decisions in front of a child, she is teaching your child that your authority doesn't matter. That lesson, absorbed quietly over months and years, has real consequences for how your child sees and respects you as they grow. Children are watching everything. They notice who gets listened to and who gets overruled. They are learning what power looks like inside a family. And right now, the picture they are seeing is not the one you want them to carry into their own lives one day. This needs to be addressed clearly and firmly by both you and your husband together. Your child has one mother, you. And every decision about how that child is raised is yours and your husband's to make. If your husband still stays silent after you explain this, I want you to hear this. A man who lets his mother undermine you in front of your child is not just failing you as a wife. He is failing you as a mother. And that is a line that cannot be uncrossed lightly. And now let's read our final message. This one is from Diana. Diana is 38 from Dublin, Ireland. I asked my husband to choose. Either he sets boundaries with his mother, or I can't continue this marriage. He said I'm asking him to choose between his family and me. Sofia, was I wrong to ask this? Diana, no, you were not wrong. But I want to gently reframe something. When you said set boundaries, he heard choose between your mother and me. Those are two very different things. Setting a boundary does not mean cutting his mother off. It means loving his wife enough to protect the marriage he chose. It means saying, I love you, Mom, and my marriage comes first. That is not a betrayal of family. That is what marriage is. The man who says, you're asking me to choose, has not yet understood what it means to be a husband. When he got married, he didn't leave his family, but he did start a new one, with you. And that family deserves to come first. You were not wrong to ask. You were asking to be his priority. Every wife deserves that. 5 messages, 5 women in 5 different cities, and one shared feeling running through all of them. The feeling of being second. Second to a mother. Second to an old loyalty. Second in a home they pour themselves into every single day. A good marriage requires 2 people who face the world together, not 2 people and a third voice that never quite leaves the room. And if the man you married hasn't learned that yet, it is not too late to teach him. But it starts with you believing, deeply and completely, that you deserve to come first. Because you do. If any of these messages felt familiar today, I hope you feel a little less alone and a little more clear about what you deserve. Send me your questions. I read every single one. I'm Sophia. Take care of your heart.